Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It is now almost 20 to 4 p.m. here somewhere in Texas. Anyway, listen, guys. This is episode 8 of season 1 about dating and marriage. I should remember that I told you about my two failed marriages. Um, there's it's like a two-way street over here. Putting the blame. Okay, I accept the blame as well as them. I accept the blame because when I first met my first wife, I wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't analyzing and finding out where this woman is coming from, putting two and two together, connect the dots. I just went after the flesh, like the Bible says. I was walking in the flesh. Honest to God, I was literally walking in the flesh. So I did what I had to do. I was with this woman for a whole year, and I just fell in love with her. I fell in love with her. I loved her and everything. And finally, I proposed. She says yes. But what is so striking about this relationship that should have wakened me was the fact that her father told me himself about his daughter. That's the youngest daughter that they have. He told me, Eugene, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you something about my daughter. And she says, what happened? Listen, I'm going to let you know up front. This woman, she loved to spend money. She loved to spend money. She a big spender. I went. I didn't thought about it much. I said, what the hell. Everybody's a big spender. Oh my God. I can't believe this, bro. You know, that's why it's so very, very important to have a coach in your life, a financial coach, somebody that will guide you through this financial nonsense that is going on out there. And what really gets me so freaking pissed off that I forgot exactly what happened. How did it come about? I forgot how did it start. I know I was working on Wall Street at that time because I got married in 1999. So I started working on Wall Street in 1984. So 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Well, 20 years later, I got married with this woman. And what happened, I came across a lot of money. Over $40,000 that I acquired. I forgot what the heck was it about. I keep forgetting. The thing was that this wife of mine, she was like looking around, finding out, investigating where am I going to get this money. And she had a big pen, She was jotting down what you going to do with it. Stupid. It's sad, bro. It's freaking sad how much money I lost. You know, some people were never cut out. Some people, like myself, I'm not marriage material, dating material, neither financial material. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if I would have had some coach, someone that would give me divine guidance about what to do with that $40,000, I would not be in I would not have been in that situation. So we got married, and she was already asking questions. We're gonna do money. When you gonna get the money? When you gonna get the money? When you gonna get the money? And I said, yo, relax. What the hell is a freaking rush? Where you going? Were you gonna catch a plane? No, I want to find out when you're gonna get the money. And I said, whenever I can. I don't know. All I know that I got some money somewhere. Anyway, when I got the money, I put it in my account. That money was gone like that. Think of it. What the hell did that money go to? And I was still working. That money, we bought a car. Not brand new or used car. I had to put down $5,000 down from my pocket. And it was her father consigned for us. So I had to dish out $5,000 out of my pocket. And then we adopted a child. So I had to cough up $11,000. So she was taking advantage of all the money. She was just watching ways and ways how to use it. Instead of using it for something else more important. We adopted our child. You know, he's now 24 years old. He's going to be, as a matter of fact, he's going to be 24. He was only 5 days old when we adopted him. And I don't regret it. I regret it, but I don't regret it. He's a young kid, you know. He got his own house. He got his own car, got his own job. He's well off. Thank Jesus. That's why I'm careful. All I care for him is that he's doing good. That's all. But that money, out of $50,000, I think it was 40,000. 11,000 was gone. 5,000 was gone. So you're talking 6,000. $16,000 were gone in a couple of months. And to tell you the honest truth, I don't know what the hell happened to the rest of the money. It disappeared. Like that. And when I got married with the second wife, this woman, she was a very, very greedy person. She didn't stop at nothing but to accumulate wealth. She has. I went to the bank with her. She went to do some transaction, and I saw the paperwork. She had, according to my estimation, what I saw, approximately $1 million pesos. That's equivalent to $50,000 American dollars. Plus, she was working. She was a salesman. She was selling silver, pure silver. She used to make her money, and she also used to do collections, and she used to get a percentage out of that collected money. So let's say she collected 12,000 pesos. Out of the 12,000 pesos, that's almost $750. So she used to get at least money was is concerned, American money. She used to get a percentage. I forgot how much was it. I know she used to get good money. Plus the commission that she gets from the people that sell the silver. Plus the money that she gets in the bank. Plus she got 2 houses. Plus she got a car. Plus she has lands. Because I saw one. She was talking to her nephew, her grandson, sorry, about this land over there. I saw it, big. And this woman was way off, well off. She wasn't in a wheelchair. She wasn't, disabled. She was a regular woman that loves to work, had her own job, and she did a lot of things, whatever. But what really got me real freaking pissed is that this woman wanted me to pass her 500 on my five, to pass her $500 on a monthly basis. And look how women are with money. You gotta be careful, man. Women, I'm telling you, not all women. I'm not generalizing. I'm not saying that all the women are the same. There's a lot of women that are freaking smart like hell, that they could turn $1 into 5,000. And there are some that could turn 5,000 to $1. And that was my ex-wife. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. She could take $1 and convert it to 5,000. But yet, she wasn't satisfied with what she had. She had to come after my freaking pension. She wanted me to pass her $500. And I said, but why? You got everything. What do you want? No, that's the way it is over here in Mexico. You got to take care of this. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to give me the money, I felt, when I gave her the $500, I felt like I was mugged without a gun, without a knife. I was literally felt violated. In my spirit, I felt like like this woman must have committed the biggest transgression against me. Like I said, what the hell? And then I did it the second time, and I still felt more worse. And I said, this is not right. Something is freaking wrong. And then she's very slick. She tells me, listen, give me the money. And if anything happens, let's say that in the process of time, you don't got no money or whatever, you can always come to me and I'll give you something. Or we could go out. I'll buy you stuff. Listen. Let me get back that money. Let me buy it myself. But I couldn't say that. I was afraid to say it. And one day, I didn't have no money, and I told her, listen, I'm sorry, but because I'm using all my money all the time. I had left out of $1,300. I had to pay my car. I had to pay the insurance. and I had to give her 500, so I was staying with 200. So those 200, I was still using it to put gas in the car, pay the light, pay the freaking water that goes down, go out and eat, and I had to pass my card all the freaking time. But she couldn't pass hers. I had to pass mine. So she was using me, man, left and right, like a freaking glove. And then she had the freaking audacity. And I felt so violated. I went, this is not so freaking right. This is so freaking wrong. So I gave her $250. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give you $250 because the other day I was broke and I asked you for help and you told me, F you, that's your problem. And I told her, but wait a minute, you said that if I'm broke, that to come to you and you give me some of that money that I gave you so I can get by. And she said, I never said that. Oh, you never said that. Oh, okay. So it must have been a mannequin that I was talking to on the road down there in the store. And I told her, what the hell you think do I look like a freaking idiot? We think I look like a freaking punk or something, or freaking thug in the street? You said that if anything, to ask you for some of that money so you could help me out with something. And she said, I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. You see how fast people forget? When it comes to money, how people change? There you go. So you know what I did? I said, oh, you want to play games? You want to be the queen? You want to be the queen of gerbils? No problem. I'm going to fix it up. I said, you know what? I'm not going to give you nothing. I stopped giving her money. I said, vete pa'l carajo. I said, get out of here. I told you that. Get the hell out of my face. Get the hell out of here. You got a freaking job. You get commission. You got stuff in your house. You sell. You got 2 houses. You got a freaking car. You got lands. You got everything. And yet you have the freaking audacity, the freaking nerves to take from me $500. That is wrong. And I feel violated. And you know what? I just told her a whole bunch of stuff. I said, listen, you know what? Go do that to somebody else. But you're not going to do it to me no more. I'm sorry. I apologize. You don't like it. Whatever. So she turned around and she started getting more pissed off. She started changing more. She started getting more violent in a way. That wherever we went, we had a fight between each other, not in front of people. A lot of times, she used to come out of nowhere screaming at me and cursing me out, telling me that you're a worthless piece of whatever, and you're not good for nothing. You're not good for me as a man. And she used to put me down. She used to belittle me so much that is unbelievable what I went through. I just want to remind you guys, please learn, because I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I got a lot of experience. So from now on, I'm hoping and believing God that I don't fall into the same freaking rut, because I am not. Hell with this.
Low battery.
You're your mama. Anyway, you gotta be careful, guys. Watch your steps. Watch who you get married with. If this person got a compulsive not only a compulsive liar, but a compulsive gambler that likes to throw money, be careful. If you see that while you're dating, imagine what you're going to do when you get married. See, these are the signs you have to see before you get married. You gotta check this person out. You gotta give it like a year, maybe 2 years, and check out this person, where they're coming from, what they're doing, what makes them tick, what makes them get pissed off, what makes them whatever. And that's how you're gonna determine whether this person is for marriage material. You understand? So you have to be very strictly careful, because money plays a real serious important part in our lives, and we cannot squander it. We cannot mess with it, because if anything happens, an emergency, we are doomed. So a woman that likes to spend on shoes and a whole bunch of crap, whatever, she's not thinking about the emergency things that are going to happen in the future. And that goes for men too. So you gotta be careful. You gotta watch out. You got to keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes peeled when you're dating.
Low battery.
When you're dating, you have to investigate, check this person out, find out what makes them tick, find out what makes them do what, and that's how you're going to determine if the person is meant for you or not. Now, if you want to take a risk, if you're a risk taker, go right ahead. Just like I did. Go ahead. Don't pay attention. Don't listen to nobody. Go do yourself. Go and hang yourself. I'm not talking about a little hanging. I'm talking about go mess up yourself. That's what I'm talking about. And this is a very serious thing that's happening nowadays. That is why a lot of marriages fail, because of that. Because we fail to check out the other person, where they're coming from. Check out the red flags, the blue flags, the green flags, and all those kind of flags, especially the red ones. You got to see them. You cannot fail to see them. You have to see them. You got to check them out. You got to scrutinize, because this person might be a curse to you, and you're gonna find yourself in the freaking street, and this person might even take all your money and leave, like it happens so many times. Be very careful. Be very careful, people. I'm just saying, just be careful, man. God bless you, and please listen.